What about you? Wee quick video today. On the ramp we have a Toyota Celica. It's in around 2000, 2001 sort of model year. And what we're showing here is this car hasn't been through the MOT for about a year and a half, which is the inspection here in the UK. And yeah, so this is a rear subframe. Which has seen better days. So that's what happens when stuff doesn't get tested, you know. Dodgy. Made of nothing, these rear subframes in these Toyotas, you know. So yeah, that scrap. And that is what basically was holding the wheel on. So there's an arm comes off that. It looks like a boomerang, and it goes to the top of the wheel. You know, so that's the other side. So you know, so there's a camber bolt, which is an adjustment bolt, and I thought I would have had severe diffs, you know, getting this bolt out, because they usually do give a lot of trouble. And so if you imagine. There's an arm comes off here and goes onto the top of the wheel. So if that had collapsed on that far side there, you know, the wheel would have just went in like that and would have just threw him off the road. So there you go. I'll just walk you up and show you the new one here. So we managed to get a genuine Toyota one there, as you can see. There we are. If we can get you into that Toyota. And well, I thought this was going to be a pig, because this thing has these camber bolts here, these adjustment bolts, you know, for this bit here, which goes to the top of the arm, the top of the hub. You can see our little camber gauge there. She's well off the minute, you know. So, yeah, not too bad really to put in or take out. I'll get a wee bit of light on it there for you. So, underneath, we'll have the car up. Not fully up, but we'll go a bit further, but there's enough for to do it here. So, there's adjustment bolts down here, which I didn't touch. You can just about see the elliptical adjuster on it there. And the hub's just hanging on the strut and the anti-roll bar, and it goes up in there, just to the rear of the tank. And that's the other side. So I thought I was going to have some diffs with these bolts, and I said to the punter, the guy, wee lad that owns it, and he says these things here are more likely seizing these bushings. Well, they were a wee bit, you know, and we were claried with anti-sneeze. We'll do that with all the bolts. We're putting them back in again, and I'll just show you if this thing will stay in focus. I'll just show you how I got them out. Well, my trusty air hammer, which I use quite a lot. And this attachment, so this wee attachment here is a ½ inch. There's a socket. Yeah. So 17mm socket on that, and that bit goes into the air hammer. And that, so what we did was we put that on the head of the bolt, and give her a good old blattering with the air hammer. And obviously this bit off here, this elliptical washer off, and spun her out. So just show you what I did. So we're not on like that. You're gonna go on? No, you're not gonna go on. Whenever the camera's rolling, that's what happens. We're able to get that on there and hit her a few blotters with the air hammer, and she pushed her out the other side. Like so. So, not three bad. And oh yes, another thing might be worth noting or interesting. See this here? I can lift this one hand. Look. There's nothing to it at all. So there you go. So it's getting a bit late, so I'll be through this in the morning, and we'll have to get her down on the tables, and we're going to do a camber adjustment with that wee gauge, and get all the bolts tightened up with the weight on the car. Okay, so our new subframe is in, and all the bolts are tightened, and then back about a quarter of a turn. Road wheels on, and we'll bring her down. Right, we'll get all the lower bolts tightened up at this stage, and then we'll have a look and see what our camber's like. The upper bolts in the control arm are still loose, so it's probably at its resting position here. So our gauge is showing there 3 negative camber. You can probably see the amount of negative camber there is on that wheel. So negative is when the top is in the way. Now most road cars have a wee taste of negative camber on them, but if we leave that like that there, you know, the inside of those tires will just wear away. So you do want a wee bit of negative camber on it. It helps with going around corners. So we'll make a wee adjustment. I looked up the specification for this particular car on my data sheet, and the spec is 1 degree negative. So happy enough for that. So that looks a quite a bit better. Well, that's both sides done. Camber adjustment done. Happy enough. New subframe in. That will certainly it'll put this car back on the road again. Good and safe for the guy, for the wee lad that owns it. And yeah, well, the rear subframe will outlive this car probably. But okay, hope you get something out of it. That's the end of this video. Thanks for watching, as ever, and all the best.